I got distracted. I was pulling up some Nachos and stoner dude pictures to create a color scheme for this character. And it was fun. I got it done. I think I'm saving it in Adobe Express right now so that I can pull it up here in Fresco, which is what makes everything work good. It should be saved in my stickers folder. Oh, there it is. Yay, color scheme. Now we have some stoner colors, some nacho colors. It'll be great. Okay. Hey, welcome to the stream. It is Friday afternoon. It is a relatively nice day. I'm having a good day. I hope you're having a good day as well. We are back at making some new sticker designs today, some new characters. The idea for today is to primarily focus on Chad Nachmore. Chad Nachmore is the plucky comic relief in our slasher film sticker pack. On Wednesday, we created Poppy Kernel, and that was great. Had a good time doing that. Today, we are going to make a stoner nacho dude based off of, well, mostly the character from Cabin in the Woods, although there's a stoner in just about every good slasher flick out there. But it's going to be a kind of chill stream, and I'm just going to try to piece together a little bit of a dude. I'm not a big partaker very often. I mean, every once in a while. But I'm not really part of the stoner culture, so the art and design and things is very new to me. I actually had to go out and look up like reference images for eyes, because I don't know what stoner eyes look like, man. So this will be a fun experience. But I think before we do anything else, it might be a good idea to just kind of brainstorm what exactly it is that we want this character to have, what kind of, I don't know, like attributes we want to fit into the world here, because that's kind of just the way things go down, right? Like, we got to know what constitutes a stoner. And I got to tell you where I'm starting is like a beanie. Like, a beanie always feels very stoner to me. Huge partaker. Power to, like I said, I'm every once in a while, and never, okay, so of nachos. I have a story about why I don't partake very often. And when I do, it's always gummies. My very first time partaking was at a wedding, and it got bad, and I puked all over someone. It was bad. And now I get made fun of for that sometimes. It's great. It's great. 20 years on, still get made fun of sometimes. But like I said, I'm just kind of brainstorming some stuff that I feel like screams plucky comic relief. You know what I mean? It's like beanie is part of it. Scrungy hair. I don't know what scrungy means, but like is just the right word in my head. Scrungy hair. A hoodie or sweater of some sort. Oftentimes, if it's a sweater, it's like that weird hemp knit sweater type that I don't know like where you get that. I've never seen one sold at a store. I have no idea where they come from. Like surfer dudes wear them a lot too. Facial hair. I'm going to avoid some things like dreadlocks that I think are part of a culture that has been appropriated by white guy stoners. And I feel like nachos might already be cultural appropriation, but you know. Also, I actually heavily dislike the taste. I also ended up vomiting once, but was luckily alone. Yeah, my friends will tell it as the time Matt vomited on the hot girl story. I was, I don't know, 23 maybe. It was my friend's sister-in-law that I puked all over. It was projectile vomiting. Like I hit her from like 10 feet away. It was crazy. I'm also going to do my best. I'm going to do my best to not draw Shaggy. That's hard for me because I tend to draw Shaggy when I don't mean to more often than I would like to admit. But those are the things I've got going on right now. I also, I'm kind of torn, and I am more than happy to hear thoughts on this. I don't know if I just want to have like a dude with a nacho chip head and maybe like I did in the thumbnail, I did a sketch, little stoner nacho dude. This comes from the thumbnail. Zoinks. I don't know if this is like this as a head and then like a normal person body is an idea, or if we want to somehow like make this is what I'm kind of thinking elsewise would be something kind of like Pizza the Hut, but like as a nacho dude. So like a pile of nachos and cheese like in a bowl that is also a stoner. I don't know which direction I want to go yet. Those are things that I'm thinking about right now. So really that's where I'm at. So how's everybody else doing? How's everybody's day going? How's your Friday? Are you ready for your weekend? All that good stuff. Have you been working for your weekend? I think I'm going to try roughing out the bowl idea first and just see how it goes down, like if it works at all, and then we can go back to the other one if that's what we want to do. So like a bowl of nachos, we'd have something like a little platter, maybe like that, and then give it a little depth, I think. Something like that. Little table plate of nachos. Let's see. I'm gonna actually turn on my grid so I have that center line. Makes me feel a little better. And then like you'd be like a little pile of nachos maybe in there, like something like this. Maybe a little nachos sticking off out of the side. And then little face would be like here, come up 3/4 this way. And then the little stoner eye kind of thing going on. Little nose, little nacho chip sticking out of the stack as a nose, maybe. And come down here and have like the hoodie wrapping around the pile of nachos. I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna work. And then also, like I said, I want a beanie. Little dirty, scrungly hat. Little beard, maybe? Oh, that's an idea. That's one way I could go here. One way we could do this is something like that. And then, like I said, the other way would be like a nacho chip head dude. So like little head coming out of there. Like the idea here would be the neck would be like here, come back. And then I think it's pretty obvious that stoners are usually depicted as being very thin. Although, as I was doing like looking up like famous stoners from slasher films, a character played by Jack Black was on the list, and I was like, I have not seen this movie. I think it was from Sleepaway Camp 2, which is not a film I have seen, but might have to go see. Or might have to look into. I'm a big fan of Jack Black, especially younger Jack Black. So like maybe something a little like this. There's a little hood, his head's hanging forward. Now they get a little beanie. And then maybe like some like cheese dripping off stuff kind of things in the details. But I don't know. I don't know which one I prefer right yet. So I've got these two kind of concepts here and don't know which one I prefer. These are the things that have been kind of popping up in my brain and playing with my head today, and I just don't know. I tell you, I really like the little, hi Garrett. I really like the little nacho dude I did in the thumbnail. He turned out pretty good. Apparently I didn't save him. That was a great little character, I thought, and I was like, I would just give him a body and it'd be good to go. But I really do, I kind of like the concept of the like plate of nachos being a character. Maybe even like give him arms, you know, just add some humanity to him. Just give him some little arms. I don't know where I'm at right now. I'll tell you what, I think I'm gonna go with Nacho Plate Dude. I think it feels like it'll be more fun. And I'll try it out. And if it doesn't work, we'll just, make another dude, I guess. It'll be fine. We can get away with it. That's basically what happened on Wednesday. I had one character and just completely remade the character. Maybe more of a bowl shape over the plate. So like, shrink this down. So like to really give him some like bottom depth. It's like a bowl. You know, if you go to the Tostitos Nacho Bowl and you win, they call it bogarting the Nacho Bowl. And that is the type of quality pun you can look forward to for the rest of the day today. It's like an actual bowl, so he's got a little bit more body to him. Is that what you're thinking? I kind of like that too. Also, that gives me more room to kind of play around with some characterization stuff down below. There we go. I kind of like that. I kind of like having that bowl, but more depth there. And then maybe flatten him out a little bit more. Like if I come in here, I'm going to duplicate this because I'm going to do some smush and squash now. If I come in here and grab the top of his head. Oops, there. Grab the top of his head. Smush it down a little bit more. Like that. And not necessarily rounded. I think the Dixie cup, but bigger for cheese and chips poking up and out. Yeah, that's kind of where I was thinking. Yeah, like this would have a little ridge on it, and then real squooshed That might be too smooshed. Let's bring this guy back. Let's try just sketching him real fast. That's always okay. So we have something more like this coming on down. Little guy like that. And then little mound of nachos coming like that. Yeah, that's kind of... There's a delay, obviously, in chat. So, Actually, the delay is not from your chats getting to me. The delay is you seeing me talk because, people might be like, oh, he's going to say something horrible and I have to be able to dump out. So maybe we mix the two concepts, right? Like we have our pile of chips kind of making up body. And then we still have like one nacho chip head. Like that. Kind of. And then just oozing with cheese. And also, of course, obviously you need some like jalapeno slices or something up in there. It's looking a little too... Is that looking too cupcake to anyone else? Is it just me? Try a couple more times. Try a couple more different ideas, different directions here. We got plenty of time. So if I widen our bowl a little bit, and I'm just gonna there. I'm a nacho bowl. And then I think bigger nacho chip head. I'm actually going to pull it a little forward here. Like this. I'm just marking in face lines there. Basically. And then let's go ahead and give him his beanie. Which of course would be made of cheese, totally. And like some little nacho chip. Oh, I just had an idea. I'm abandoning this. I think I'm going to keep the bowl and make it a little less deep. Like still have the bowl deep, but like a little less deep. Like that. And then have his head up here. Being all nacho chip face guy, right? And a little neck. And still do a little bit of humanoidism on him. Actually, this could even be bigger. Because these movie theater nachos, some good sharp chip edges with coloring will keep cupcake off the brain. That's true. He's movie theater nachos. So like, you don't get that many nachos with movie theater nachos, right? But like, what if we gave him like little arm pads, like out of nachos? I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. My brain clicked onto something and I got to doodle it out or it's not gonna, it won't let go. So like, he's a nacho elemental. Might be going the wrong direction for this particular character. It might be going into a completely what you said, chip-faced. Might be going the wrong direction for this character and completely creating a different concept for a character right now. But working it out. Give him a little hoodie there. Just like, hey man, I'm a nacho elemental. Oh, this is not the direction this character was going to go in my head. But like, now that it's there, I might hold on to this sketch. Like I said, I might turn this sketch into like a D&D character. Little, like, these are little pauldron type things. You got little nacho hands. Oh, this is fun, but this is not what I want this character to be. I think I'm going to duplicate this selection. Duplicate selection. There we go. And then clear it off of the bottom layer. Because I'm going to hold on to that guy, but I think you're right. I think I'm going to come back to this kind of shape here. And I do think I'm going to make the bowl a little smaller. Like a little more like this size, I think. And that can be the base shape right here. I think this is where I want to start anyway. I want to try doing some stuff here. I like this concept. I like this. I like the silhouette is what I like. I like the way the shape feels. So I'm going to try drawing over this and seeing if we can't get a little more. Theater nachos are usually round chips, but the triangles will be better recognized. That is also kind of what I was thinking when I was doing the triangles. It was like triangle screams nacho. Because you could, I mean, like, I guess if you went something like a round, let's try a round. Let's see if we can pull it off. If we did like a round theater nacho. First of all, that gives us a very human face shape already, because like people have round faces. So that makes it easy to come in here and just kind of draw in the face map. And then we come in with our beanie. Like that. And then maybe a little pile of cheese here. And another nacho. Maybe we even like have a little broken nacho. Like there. Little jalapeno bit. More little nacho, a little cheese. Come down here. Have the arms just kind of hanging out. Like maybe he's a little, I'm thinking he's a little slug dude inside of a plate of nachos. Little chub tum, I think. Little chubby tummy. Kind of like that. There's a little lip of our bowl. Like so. A little more nacho there. Arm coming up out of there like this. Just be like, sup, I'm a nacho. Just stoner eyes. The little mouth. Nose, little mouth going, yeah. Yeah. So that's a possibility. That's not horrible. But I think I can get all of that and still use the triangular design for the same kind of thing. So like come in here. I'm actually going to work in detail brush now. It's time to go to the detail brush. Come in here and we'll just be like, what's up, man? That's not doing what I wanted to do there. We'll go something like this. My normal eye style just doesn't really work with stoner eyes. Why do they look so good in the big, thick, fuzzy brush, but not working well? It's okay. I've got an idea. Let's map the face. So I've got at least a face map going on. So we come in there. Bring that down. Now I can like give him a little nose action. And a little bit more of that. Yeah. Like that. There we go. That's a little more stoner. Oh. Don't know how that feels for me yet. I'm gonna fix these eyes. Like I said, I'm not a person who's part of the community whose art screams stoner. So I have to figure some things out on the fly because this is all new kind of stuff for me. I have his beanie hat with like a little point sticking up out of it. Okay, that feels a little better. Maybe if I add, that's what it was missing. Yeah, that's what was missing. It's that little bit under the eye to make it really feel like it's like, yeah. All right, so we go there. And the same thing kind of here. I'm just going to pull this around. Have a big old hoodie hood. This arm coming down like so. And just hanging over the edge of the bowl. So I want to draw that bowl edge in so I can know exactly where that's gonna be. Because I don't think I made his arm hang right there. I did not. So we'll go there. Just redraw this arm entirely. There. Like that. Little vest there. Little line on his hoodie. Zipper pull. You know how it goes. And then what if on this other arm, I don't necessarily want him to like actually be holding a joint or anything like that. But what if on this other arm we brought it up here and he just was holding a nacho covered in cheese? Like, what if this nacho dude was eating nachos? Like that. Little nacho chip action going on. Little three fingers, dude. Yeah, I gave him 3 fingers in the other hand too. That works. So like that's him like sticking up, and then we'll just like have another nacho and a little cheese group come in here and have a little jalapeno slice sticking up out of there. Some more cheese, a little more nacho action. I'm just gonna sketch in a bunch of nacho and cheese details at this point, you know, just kind of being weird with it. I'm actually gonna look up a jalapeno slice. so I can get an idea of exactly how these look so I draw them correctly. Boo-doo-boo. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Okay, so now let's do a little cheese, a little nacho action, a little cheese, a little nacho, a little cheese, a little nacho. Kind of, this looks like another good place for a jalapeno slice in there. Also over here, so maybe a little overflow, a little cheese overflow on this side. Bring in that rim of the nacho plate, the nacho bowl. Cheese overflow. Maybe even like down onto the ground around him, because he's not super hygienic. He's a nacho plate that doesn't have too many worries about things, you know? I actually thought at one point of like making him some dirty nachos, like having like little hairs coming off. And I think, oh yeah. That's a good idea. We'll give him a little like cheese bit here as a little goatee. And maybe some like cheese coming down out of his beanie as hair. Yeah, man. Everything's gravy, dude. There's no such thing as a pizza carver. That's crazy talk. No one carves pizza. That's a thing you do to like chickens, man. And then just for a little consistency's sake, we might put some little stripes on his bowl again. How's that feel? How's that looking to everybody? Do people think this looks like a stoner who's made of nachos? Just give him cheese everywhere. You know, little piles of cheese. I think it looks okay. I think that turned out all right. I can dig it. We can dig it. You can dig it. We can dig it. Can y'all dig it? If you did not know that Tag Team was back again, then you might be too young for my stream. Tag Team back again. Check it and like it. Let's begin. Party on, party people. Let's make some noise. DC's in the house. Jump, jump for joy. I should probably stop before I get canceled. And I will deserve it. Okay, I'm just gonna do there. Same here, just come in. Little nose action there. We're gonna switch brushes. Oops, that's too big. Too big. Yeah. I like this a lot. There's a Okay, yeah, that looks good. That looks good. I think this is gonna work. I'm enjoying this. I'm having fun with it. We're gonna bring these eyes down. Bring them up here. And then also just like across. Like so. And then I'm just going to draw in these circles. Is he going to be reacting to a villain? Oh. Do you think that Chad Nachmore even knows the villain is there? Like, maybe instead of just holding this... Okay, how about this? How about this? Instead of just holding the nacho like he's getting ready to eat the nacho, what if he's offering the nacho? Or will that just be in the print? I don't know the final composition of the print yet. That's the idea of the print would be to kind of make it in my head, it's going to be like the carver in the center in kind of a bigger style, and then the cast down below fleeing in a smaller style. But we did on our Poppy Colonel, like, put her in an action scene, like from the movie. So I don't know. What do you think? What do you think would work better there? I kind of like the idea. Okay, so we do want him to be in a scene in the movie. Whether he even noticed was going to be my question too. Right. So here's my idea. What if it is the scene where he's interacting with the carver, but he's offering a chip. Okay, you're caught up. That's where we're in the right place now. Oh, chat delay is gonna make me crazy. I've been drawing slime today for reasons. So like cheese is just yellow slime. Cheese is just yellow slime. My hot take of the night. And then bring this around like this. I think we'll do almost like a drop of cheese here. That's pretty fun. I'm digging that. So I need to resketch this hand. So it's more like a, hey man, have a nacho. So bring this arm back like down a little. And just like, have a nacho, dude. It's all nachos. Maybe a handful of nachos with some cheese in there. Yeah, that can be fun. That'll be a fun little drawing, I think. All right, we'll get to that hand and doing some detail when we get to that hand and do some detail. So we'll go over here. I'm just going to actually, yeah, let's do this part first, like this. And then nacho here, nacho there, nacho here, nacho there, everywhere a nacho, yeah. And then that lets me come up here. Dang it. Do the beanie. Like so. And then up. I still just like the idea of like his head is pointy, so it points up out of the hat here. So that's what I'm doing because it makes me laugh. But I think I'm going to change brush so I can, yeah, do that and reshape to match the shape of the nacho part. Yeah. Yeah, what's the point in having all these fancy tools like vector trimming if we're not going to abuse the crap out of them? There we go. This looks pretty good. I'm digging this. I'm digging this character already. I like him. No one tell Yeti Detective that he's a genius for coming up with this idea. It'll go straight to his head. All right, we'll bring this hand down. Grab our flat brush again and make a little hand here. I'm a dude made of nachos. And you're a pizza cutter, but you call yourself the curver, man. What's up with that? It's like, are we even real? So, anybody who is wondering why I have been referencing 100 or hundreds of beavers today, or in general lately, over a couple weeks ago, all my friends were Yeti Detective and Rollivan were hanging out. We got together. We try to get together about once a year these days. And this last time we got together, Yeti Detective and I did ate some gummies, smoked some drugs, ate some gummies, and then we all collectively watched what might be the funniest movie of 2024, which is called Hundreds of Beavers. And I'm pretty sure the entire cast of the movie only consists of like 4 people. And it is just genius work. Like, everything in the movie was filmed on a green screen and doing like a lot of visual gags with like costumes and stuff. Like the beavers are people wearing beaver outfits. And in the first few minutes of the movie, there's like 8 different types of animation. It's amazing what they've done with this movie on like no budget at all whatsoever. I think we looked it up and I think it had something like $150,000 budget, which is nothing in Hollywood money. And it's actually the second movie by the production house. The first one was like a $7,000 budget. So I'm sorry. Even though Amazon says it came out in 2024, it was made in 2022. And it was made on a budget of $150,000. And I honestly don't know how to like explain just the genius of this movie. If you have not seen it, you should check it out. It's on Amazon Prime. You can watch it on Prime, no problem. According to Wikipedia, the beaver suits were purchased online from a Chinese mascot website. And there are over 1,500 visual effects done in Adobe After Effects. It took them 2 years to make this movie. This movie is what you get when you have people who absolutely love Monty Python and have the patience and wherewithal to make something with this. It also shows the skill and level of ability that like YouTubers have these days, because this is something that a YouTuber could have done, or they are basically YouTubers, but it made $645,000 on a $150,000 budget. So it was massively successful for them. It was their second movie. Their first movie only cost $7,000. It also was on Amazon. Is worth watching. I don't think it's on Prime though. So yeah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. I cannot recommend it enough. You should definitely check out Hundreds of Beavers. You didn't come here to hear me gush about a movie, though. You came here to watch me draw a nacho stoner. So I'll get back to doing that. This little cheese bucket spilling over. Come in here. Do this line. This is one of those things that I do a lot that I don't know how anyone ever was able to work with traditional media. Because if I don't get the line perfectly right, I redo it over and over and over again. And sometimes on the stream, I stop myself before I've done it like 30 or 40 times. But I gotta say, when I'm not streaming, I am more likely to just keep redoing that line until it gets absolutely perfect. It's not a healthy thing at all, but it is who I am as a person. All right, how do I want to do this hand over here? I think I'm just going to come in. Bring this down. And just be like, here's a hand. Like that. Boop-a-doop, boop, boop, boop-a-doop, boop-a-doop, boo. Nacho, dude. I'm here for it all. Well, thank you. I'm just trying to be entertaining as possible. Which sometimes I forget I'm supposed to do, which is why I stop talking when I'm thinking through exactly how the physics of a nacho dude's hand would work. Or not work, as the case may be. Believe it or not, anatomy is my weak strength as an artist. All right, I'm just going to have a little pile of cheese with some nachos sticking out. Like so. Like, I just like the idea that he's not like picked up a chip and handed it, but like scooped up a little pile of nachos in his hand. Here you go, dude. Hope you enjoy. All right, let's do this. Jalapeno next. Let's get jalapeno this. Jalapenos nachos. I'm trying to make a pun using jalapeno and all up in, and it is not working out because I don't sound good at all. Get jalapeno nachos. I'm doing my best. Feel free to make fun of me for the fact that I had to pull up reference art or reference images for jalapeno slices. I don't like spicy food. Yeah, I'm that guy. The spiciest I get, I'll tell you, jalapeno face. My level of spicy is banana pepper. Like that's as pepper as I can handle. Otherwise, it makes me feel sad inside. I don't like how this is looking. I'm gonna figure out a better way to do these seeds. We'll come back to it. we'll come back to the seeds. I looked up images also. You looked up images of jalapeno slices? Is it because you didn't believe me when I did my jalapeno slice? It's okay. I don't ever believe me either. I'm going to add some little cheese. Little cheese on this chip back here. Have this one coming out. And a little more cheese. Maybe we'll bring some cheese down over the top of this jalapeno. Give it a little bit of that action going on. Yeah, I did a drawing of a slime monster, like a slime from like Dragon Warrior kind of style today for Stinktober. And then when I sat down and was like, I need to put something on the thumbnail that suggests that this is a Nacho Stoner dude, I better sketch a Nacho Stoner. I realized how much that practice was good for drawing cheese. So thank you, Chris Piazzik, for getting me to draw some slime today. I needed some cheese practice. I think, wow, like there. It came in handy. Gave me a leg up on today's sticker design. No, images of nachos. Nachos are actually like the thing I didn't look up. I have I can tell you the names of my I've got Stoner Face, Stoner Eyes, Jalapenos, Hundreds of Beavers, and then a color palette. And my color palette that I have is literally called like Nachos something from like Amazon Art. Or not Amazon Art, Adobe Colors. And I think it looked right to me, so that's why I went with it. I think if I come down here, and we need to do another jalapeno slice over here. And then maybe it would be easier. Oops. To start with a secondary circle. And then carve out something like this. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. All right. I think this is pretty good line art right here. I like it quite a bit. This guy could use a little bit more, probably. The color is going to help, I think, with really selling the stoner eyes. Like when we add the red, pink eyes type of, oh, dude, to it. It'll really help sell it, I think. But I think it looks good. I think we've done something here, something amazing. I am going to look up nachos now, though, because I'm looking up nacho containers. Like, see if I can't find. They really are just all these little plastic containers. Oh, well, I'm going to put stripes on it anyway. I'm putting stripes on it anyway. I'm going to make it part of the motif. So get rid of that. And duplicate. Let's add some color. So we'll start with this yellow and just really toxic yellow cheese. Like so. And then we grab this orange. And this should be our nacho. Ooh, I think I need to go the other way around. I think I go with this toxic orange cheese. And then use the yellow on the nachos. I just love the absolute best part of this is I just love the idea that he reached into his nacho pile and is hand offering the killer just a pile of his nacho bits. And then jalapenos. Jalapenos, I need your colors. You have a nice green outside ring. And it looks like everything else is a lighter green. And probably get away with that. I can get away with that. That's fine. I'll get away with it. I don't need to draw seeds. Seeds are too detailed. All right. And then we're going to come back to our color scheme here. Yeah, it's not high enough contrast, I don't think. Like there. And I want a really good, I think darker, like that. For that hoodie. This is fun. I'm enjoying this. A little pink in those eyes. Like that. Turn off the background white so I can make sure I'm not, oops, missing anything else. There we go. Make that white. I'm going to start by making this white, and then I'm going to add some search theater nachos too. Theater nachos. Theater nachos. See, the theater nachos all look like they're in little plastic things in my image search. They're in little black plastic things instead of white ones. Can I, maybe if I just want to confirm that they exist. So I'm going to search for nachos. Oops. In a striped bowl. I'm going to really rig the system. Fiesta style. I gotta admit, this is kind of making me want to go get nachos. How about instead of the red, like I did on the popcorn, we do blue on the nachos. Just because I like stripes. I like stripes sometimes. All right, so I think that's our flats. I think that's a good color scheme. I think that looks good. I'm happy with it. I just realized the way I have changed I put my camera on a desktop tripod, like stand, like similar to what my microphone is on, so that I can have it down lower so you're not looking at the top of my head when I'm drawing. And I just realized it blocks my ability to see the time on my computer screen. So, no big deal. But, you know, could be bad news. All right, let's shade. Let's do some shading. I think I'm going to do, oop, I do not want that big. Come in here like this. multiply. Just bring this down. That's pretty fun. I do think I'm going to try next week doing at least give it a shot, doing a stream or two on Twitch just to see how it works out, if there's any more interest. Something I did, so I went on to just do some research, basically just going, what is best for this stuff going on? And so I looked and I pulled up all of the art streams on YouTube and all of the art streams on Twitch at the same time. And at the time that I did that, the most watched art stream on YouTube had 8 people in the stream watching it. And the least watched stream on Twitch had... the most watched art stream on YouTube had 5 people, and the least watched art stream on Twitch had 8. Or other way around. Am I forgetting my things already? Anyway, I was like, there's a way more people watching art streams on Twitch than on YouTube. And it really made me go, maybe I'm on the wrong platform. As much as I would prefer to just go straight here. But I was like, the other thing is that you can stream on Twitch and then share the video on YouTube, but not really the other way around. So I'm probably going to try doing some streaming on Twitch also, maybe even some simul streaming if I can make sure everything's stable enough. I had problems when I tried to simul stream onto Instagram, but that's a possibility coming up in the future. Something that I might split and do both, because I might stream on Twitch later at night. My brother actually simul streams on both platforms at the same time these days. He does Twitch and YouTube. What I'm thinking about doing though is having my Twitch streams be a little more, I don't want to use the word mature, but maybe instead of PG-ish, PG-13-ish, maybe a little more rated R. I know at least some of the people that come and watch me do art have asked me to do things that are not YouTube friendly. So, and then also I have a much younger audience on YouTube than I do anywhere else. So I don't want to change how I do my YouTube stuff, but Twitch might be a good chance for me to try that out. And then also, I might try simultaneously streaming, simulcasting, basically, just to give it a little shot, try some things. I wasn't entirely sure when I started doing this if I was even going to like streaming, but it turns out I have a really good time hanging out with you guys and doodling some doodles. So I'm glad I decided to do streaming. I think it's a lot of fun, and I hope you guys have fun too. I actually kind of stopped making long form videos because I wasn't enjoying them, and the streaming just felt like it was doing the same purpose. but I think I might have also found the angle I was looking for on long form videos. One of the things that you have to learn on YouTube as an artist is the vast majority of the people who watch art on YouTube are other artists. And part of that, and that's not a bad thing by any means. Artists support artists. But what gets into that is actually, I think I'm going to leave that one like that. Is that you really, that's not even really relevant. What you realize very quickly is that there's only so much of watching an art time lapse that anyone wants to do, including yourself as an editor. So you start really going, what is my voice as a YouTube artist on YouTube? And I do not feel comfortable doing art tutorials, which I watch a lot of different artists' art tutorials because I'm always interested in how they approach things. But I don't feel comfortable doing that. Like it's something that causes me a lot of anxiety. Plenty of streamers also take a lot of content from snips from the lives. Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do with the shorts. All of my shorts have been clipped from live videos, from live streams. What I realize is like I said, I'm not comfortable doing tutorials just as a person. I'm not comfortable doing art tutorials just for me. Like it's something that just causes me some anxiety. My imposter syndrome kicks in really bad, and it makes me really not feel good about anything for a little while. That's just the joy of my particular flavor of jerk brain. But one thing I always have been proud of myself for, and something I always feel comfortable talking about, is I'm particularly well known in some places for being hyper productive. And what came up to me, YouTube has this new feature where it like gives you recommendations based on your channel on content ideas. And something that came up as a content idea that YouTube recommended was like how artists can deal with procrastination. And I was like, you know what? I never procrastinate. Or I do, but I know like I always hit my deadlines. And I was like, I know project management. I worked project management for a long time for creatives. And I have jerk brain, so I know how all of that goes down. And it made me realize I do have something I can share. And it is kind of related to my life previous to being an illustrator. So I can share some of that stuff, and maybe it will have value for people. And maybe even more than just artists. So I thought maybe I'd try doing a long form video like that. Talking about some project management techniques and how to evaluate what type of procrastination you're experiencing, because there's lots of different types of procrastination. So anyway, that's all in development right now. And we'll see how it goes. We'll see where all of that ends up. And all right. I need to add some shading on this back area here. Just something like this, maybe a little here. I've been really hesitant in the past to get into like my actual area of expertise, so to speak, which is a lot of marketing and stuff like that. And part of the reason I don't really want to talk about that is because I actively left that world behind me and don't really want to get back into that stuff. But also, like, it is what I'm good at. It is what I did for a living. It is what I have degrees in. And it's probably something that would help out a lot of people. But I don't want to like yuck anyone's yum, but I kind of am at a place in my life where I don't feel like you could really do a lot of marketing online, especially, without being super scammy. And I've thought about making videos about how all of those scammy things work, but I think I want to avoid getting too negative. Although now I've just spent like half an hour talking about it, so I guess I can't say that anymore. Oh. Chad Nachmore, you are really making me happy here. But I think you are definitely going to need some like eyeshadow. To really bring home your stoniness. That helped. I constantly feel ashamed for feeling like a procrastinator, but I literally can't help it with my neurospice. I'm still hesitant to cast the blame always. So that's kind of why I want to do videos like the one I was talking about, is because I get that. And like I've outlined my script and started working on it. And like one of the things that's important to remember is that procrastination isn't like, there's always a reason behind it for procrastination. Like there's always a reason you are stalling out. And part of what's really important in a lot of ways is knowing what's actually causing that. Sometimes it is because the thing that you have to do is boring and you don't want to do it. And the best way to handle that level of procrastination is to just like force yourself, I guess. But that's a legitimate thing. Like you legitimately feel those things. So like, but sometimes procrastination is more than that too. Sometimes procrastination is like overwhelm or frustration, or not just like, there's a lot of different types of procrastination and they all have different solutions. Like if the reason you're procrastinating is because you're feeling overwhelmed by the project or the task, no amount of willpower is going to change that. Like you're not going to willpower your way through it. But yeah, sometimes, especially for certain types of neurospicy people, it comes down to having some skills or some coping mechanisms to help fill in the role that willpower can't always fill in. But yeah, forgiving yourself for procrastinating is actually a huge part of overcoming procrastination. And that's really one of the things I used to say when I was doing a little bit of project management stuff was I was like, the best part, like a good project manager, and I learned this from some really amazing project managers, a good project manager, like their role is kind of almost acting like a therapist in situations like that, where it comes down to like, what is causing the procrastination? Because sometimes the brain knows before, like the subconscious knows before the rest of our brain, that something's just not right. And so sometimes you got to talk through that, and procrastination might save a lot of time and effort on just going the wrong direction entirely, you know? So like there's a lot to it. There's a lot to unpack there. And it should never, ever be a blame game. Like guilt is a cause of procrastination. The term decision paralysis is a thing. Yes, that is a huge issue a lot of the time. And it's one of those things where I'm like, something to always remember is that a lot of the time in situations, especially like if tied in with the overwhelm and inability to prioritize all the things, yes. And sometimes in situations like that, something that's important to remember is that as individuals, we can often be way too close to the thing we're trying to work on. And so it is helpful to get an outside opinion. And that's just yet another reason that like a therapist or a coach really comes in handy, because they can give us just outside perspectives on things. Coaches are exceptionally great in situations like this in particular, because coaches specialize in certain types of tasks. So like if you're having a hard time figuring out where to begin on a project, a coach who specializes in that type of project has probably helped people figure out where to begin dozens of times in the past, and can have a head start on that for you. So like definitely outside opinion is a good place to go if you're really struggling. And that's something, so one of the fun superpower things of bipolar disorder is that I can get hyper fixated on something and develop a skill in a very otherwise short period of time because I don't need to sleep. Or I don't get sleep is probably a more accurate thing to say there. So I have a lot of skill sets, at least rudimentary skill sets under my belt, and more than a few certifications for all kinds of various things. And one of my certifications that I have is actually I am a certified strategic life coach. And the like first thing when I was taking those courses, which I took through Udemy, if anyone's curious as to where I studied, the course, the certification I have is like the same European organization that certifies like aromatherapists and stuff. It's alternative therapeutic practices. They're not intended to replace talking to a counselor, and any reputable, this is a thing in the industry. I have a friend who is a therapist and we have had this conversation. Any reputable life coach will not tell you that you don't need therapy. They're very different skill sets, very different things that they help people with. Anyway, that's not really the point. The point I was trying to get to was like, I enjoy when I was starting out and I was going to be a consultant and do like help creatives do business stuff before I realized that cold calling causes me to have panic attacks basically. And a big part of that was my life coaching certification. So, all of that's a long roundabout windy way of saying that I have experience and training in helping people overcome those things. And one of the very first things we always say is, you can't blame yourself for some stuff. Like you can't throw shame and guilt on an emotional trigger, like an emotional hang up, and expect that to solve the problem. That's just going to exacerbate the problem. So like, if you have ADHD, you have a legitimate neurological condition that makes certain things harder. It's an attention regulation. Let's say, I don't want to say disability, but let's say it's an attention regulation weakness. Like, it's not your strength. Your strength is in creative problem solving and being able to put together a lot of cool stuff in very clever and genius ways. As a generalized statement about people with ADHD, not necessarily true for, and everybody's different, right? But like what we might call the executive functions aren't necessarily as prioritized by your brain type. So, one of the things that really comes in handy for someone with ADHD is having a set of routine skills that can help them overcome procrastination in place of just raw willpower. Routine is, I'm here to tell you, as a person with bipolar disorder, routine is absolutely required for me to stay alive. So like, it is a thing I preach a lot is develop systems. I'm a big fan of the atomic habits system, the idea of like doing things together so that doing one thing triggers another thing to develop just constant reinforcing loops of what you're trying to accomplish. Anyway, there's a lot to unpack there. There's a lot of things that we could talk about in all of that, and I'd be happy to talk about it. Like I said, there was a time in my life very recently, like within the last year, really, where that was definitely something I was like actively trying to pursue. And I think the only person I've ever actually worked with as like a client, and I'm not even entirely sure that that's a good term to use, is a Yeti detective. And really, he was the person who was, as part of my certification, I had to work with someone and kind of practice the skills. And he volunteered to, I don't know if I don't think this is a secret because he's not that, he's, he volunteered to let me practice my skills with him and do some strategic planning stuff with him. And I think it worked pretty well. But he's the only person I've ever worked with. So also not a therapist. There is no such thing as life coach client privilege. So just know that if you ever work with a life coach, like, I'm not going to divulge secrets just to divulge secrets. And it's not like we worked on anything that was like a big secret anyway. Just, we did work together, which is something you're allowed to say, even if you are a therapist. But like, if he had talked to me about crimes or something, not saying he did, but if he did, then like, I couldn't tell the cops to pound sand because he doesn't have privilege. Okay, I think I am calling this Chad Nachmore. I think it looks pretty good. I think he came out pretty swanky. I'm pretty happy with the way he looks. Man, you want some nachos, dude? That's awesome that your hands are pizza cutters. Like, I could totally go for some pizza right now. I think this yellow might be too much yellow. What if we... Sorry, I'm just tweaking background colors now. That's too orange. Go the exact opposite, though, and go like a sky blue. There we go. Yeah, I like it a lot. I think this came out great. I think there's something really good about this drawing. I hope you enjoyed watching me draw it. I hope you enjoyed being part of the creative process of making Chad Nachmore come to life. But it is about that time. It is about 5:30, which means it's time for me to wind down the stream. Thank you for coming and hanging out. Thank you for helping me figure out how to make Chad Nachmore totally radical. I hope you had a good time. I know I did. I had fun doing this picture, doing the sticker design. I will be at the C Street Market on Commercial Street tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. in Springfield, Missouri. It is the last official day of the market. I will have bipolar werewolf stickers for the last Saturday, last week of the market. I'm going to give away all 200 of them tomorrow. Thursday next week, Halloween is actually we're going to be at the market, but it's not an official market day. We're doing a trunk or treat and setting up a projector and showing the classic Halloween flick, Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. I think it would be awesome if you joined us. I'll be out there at like 4 o'clock. We'll be there till probably 7:30, 8 o'clock. Just having a good time. Sounds like there's going to be a lot of people coming and giving out candy from their trunks of their car. If you want candy, come check it out. If you want stickers, come check it out. Thank you for hanging out again. Thank you for your continued support. If you would like to get your hands on Chad Nachmore here, our little Nacho Stoner, as well as Poppy Curdle or any of the rest of the Carver cast, head over to patreon.com/Taco Viking Studios and join the Patreon and get them mailed right to your mailbox. $8 a month currently gets you all of the stickers. $15 gets you all the stickers and a monthly print. So make sure you like this video. Make sure that you are subscribing if you are not subscribed yet. I appreciate your support. I'm already ready for the market to reopen. I love going to the market, but I could definitely use a little bit of time off. I feel like I've been pushing 7 days a week for a year now, and I need to take a little break. But I will be happy when the market comes back. We have a couple of dates in November also. November 16th and November 30th. Those are Sip and Shop and Small Business Saturday. Will be open there on those days too. So come by and see me if you're in Springfield. Have a wonderful weekend. I hope you enjoy your Friday night. If you have nothing else planned, head over to Amazon and watch Hundreds of Beavers. You will laugh and laugh and laugh and thank me for it. Have a wonderful night. I hope to see you again next week. I'll be back Monday at 4 p.m. doodling some more doodles. Until next time, remember, as always, stay weird.